In the depths of the Ural Mountains, where the white horizon stretches endlessly and silence presses against the chest like a weight, an incident took place that still disturbs investigators, historians, and anyone who hears about it. This was not fiction, not a legend, but a real event that occurred in a remote mountain area later known worldwide as Dyatlov Pass. It was the winter of 1959. 9 young hikers and ski trekkers, experienced and highly trained, were crossing one of the harshest environments on Earth. They were students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnical Institute, accustomed to extreme cold, brutal winds, and unforgiving terrain. Their leader was a determined and disciplined young man named Igor Dyatlov. Their journey was not reckless. It was planned, documented, professional. Photographs taken during the trip showed smiles, camaraderie, confidence. Diary entries described routine progress, fatigue, minor adjustments to the route. Everything appeared normal, controlled, predictable, until the night of February 2nd. That night, under violent winds and sub-zero temperatures, something happened inside their tent. Something so sudden, so alarming, that it drove the group to cut their way out from within. When search teams finally located the campsite, the scene was deeply unsettling. The tent still stood, partially covered in snow, but the fabric had been slashed open, not from the outside, but from the inside. Their boots remained neatly arranged. Heavy winter clothing lay untouched. Supplies, equipment, personal belongings, all left behind, as if the occupants had fled in absolute urgency. Outside the tent, investigators found a line of footprints leading away across the frozen slope. Some barefoot, some in socks. The tracks moved toward the forest. Not chaotic, not scattered, but desperate. Why would seasoned hikers abandon warmth, shelter, and survival gear in conditions that could kill within minutes? The answer was waiting beneath the trees. Near the edge of the forest, under a towering cedar, the first 2 bodies were discovered. Barely clothed, frozen, their skin marked with minor burns. Their hands damaged, fingernails broken, as though they had clawed at bark or ice. Above them, branches snapped high in the tree. It appeared they had tried to climb, to see something, or to escape something. Further between the forest and the tent, 3 more bodies were found, positioned as if they had been attempting to return. As if they had realized the fatal mistake of leaving shelter. But the cold was merciless. Their bodies collapsed where strength failed. Weeks later, after snowmelt began to loosen the mountain's grip, 4 additional bodies were uncovered in a ravine. And this is where the mystery deepened into something far darker. Several victims displayed catastrophic internal injuries, crushed ribs, fractured skulls, trauma comparable to a high-impact collision. Yet their skin showed little external damage. No obvious wounds matching the severity beneath. One hiker was missing her tongue. Another had lost her eyes. No clear signs of a typical animal attack. No defensive struggle. No definitive explanation. Adding to the unease, traces of radiation were detected on parts of their clothing. The official Soviet conclusion would later state, death caused by an unknown compelling force. Unknown, compelling, force. A phrase as haunting as it is vague. Over the decades, theories emerge. An avalanche, though the tent was not buried as expected. A military experiment, fueled by reports of strange lights in the sky. Infrasound, capable of inducing panic and irrational fear. Secret weapons tests. Natural phenomena, psychological breakdown, or something else entirely. Because the central question remains. What could terrify 9 experienced hikers so profoundly that they would slash open their own tent and run into a lethal blizzard, half naked, into darkness? Cold alone does not explain it. Logic does not explain it. Training does not explain it. Only fear does. And fear, when powerful enough, can override every instinct for survival. The mountains kept their silence. The snow erased the truth. And the night of February 2nd, 1959, remains frozen in uncertainty. A real tragedy, a documented mystery, an unanswered horror.